mentioned by the protocol of the International Committee that is investigating and gathering information, and we asked the International Investigation Committee to meet Dr. Abdel Tawab Shahrour. But Dr. Abdel Tawab Shahrour, sorry, and for some security reason is not attending with us, and we will be having as soon as possible a press conference with him in order to give us all the details that are condemning the regime and its responsibility on the crimes that took place in Aleppo. Some of the other information, when it comes to the usage of the chemical weapons, a lot of reports from the intelligence said during the last 3 days that the regime is having a lot of chemical weapons, the stories there in Aleppo, and the techniques of launching the missiles are also known by the regime, and these missiles have been used against the civilians. I'd like to remind you that the usage of the chemical weapons during the last year took place in areas controlled by the revolutionaries, and those who lost their lives in these areas are either members of the Free Syrian Army or the civilians that are supporting the revolution. Bashar al-Assad, the head of the regime in Syria, had a dinner on the 27th of Ramadan, and he threatened that social layer who supports the revolution, that they will be targeted by all means. This was live on TV by Bashar al-Assad. Now, we had also confirmed information from al-Assad army that said there are 3 convoys carrying chemical weapons. 2 of these 3 convoys arrived to their targets. First, Dumair military airport, second, Ezra in Idlib, and the battalion 175. We express our concerns that the regime might use these weapons, these chemical attacks against the civilians, because we had information from inside the regime forces that Bashar is intending to do this. At the same time, we urge the international community to be up to the responsibility in order to stop the machines of Bashar al-Assad, who showed how serious he is to control Syria. We need these forces of Bashar al-Assad to be away, and we need to support the Free Syrian Army, and we need to control the vital establishments in Syria in order to pave the way for a period that will put an end to the sufferings of the Syrian people. We need an interim period, and we are working today with the leaders of the SNC and our office in both Washington, New York, and the Syrian community in the United States in order to form a sort of a lobby to practice pressures on the Congress in order to accept and approve the demand of Barack Obama and his decision to take a military and adopt a military move against Bashar al-Assad and his chemical weapons. The position of the French Parliament to leave the case between the hands of the French President Hollande is okay, and we praise this. We also asked the American Congress to adopt the U.S. President's demand to have a military action against Syria. And Iran and North Korea are waiting for Bashar as well. They are all waiting for the Congress viewpoints when it comes to the Obama demand, because this will give a green light to Bashar al-Assad to use the chemical attacks on a large scale and to kill more and more civilians.